Great to have you along here for the NBA on 2K Sports. Monday Hoops coming up. It's the Atlanta Hawks going up against the New York Knicks. And we're ready for tip in New York City. Kevin Harlan and the crew with the call.
We make it cool to be something. We make it cool to be something.
And both sides on the floor getting ready for the game ahead. It's almost that time. Hi, everyone. This is the NBA on 2K Sports for our Monday afternoon broadcast alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for joining us. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. First for the Hawks. And it's Gallinari in at the 4 spot. And for New York, Kemba Walker is out there with Evan Fournier. They've got Robinson each and every night. So important to utilize that size under the basket, and you know he'll be contributing in every
ability to be more efficient as a scorer. And a lot of that was just becoming more confident with his shot.
And so it's the Knicks getting on the board first. And there's the pass to Hubbard. And he banks in the layup.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. And for Walker, better shooting percentages, Clark, from every distance last season.
And you always love to see that kind of improvement, Kevin. By player efficiency rating, the 8th best point guard in the league. Now, I don't like to get too enamored with those numbers, but there's some substance to those.
Young, rejected by Walker. Passes it to Randall. Back to Walker. Leads him in there. It's blocked by Hunter. Here's Young. And it's good. 1:25 left here in the first quarter.
Well, for so long, the Knicks have been the punchline of the Eastern Conference the last decade. Poorly managed contracts and questionable trades really kept them from rising to the top in the East. But once again now, they look like a powerhouse.
Young, right side. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
See how he used the rim to protect the ball perfectly from the defender on that reverse.
And the Hawks making a change here. And Clark, you were right. The Knicks were a powerhouse last season. Steve, 37 wins against the rest of the conference. And they just would dominate other teams at times.
Well, they're a team that doesn't really want to run a lot or force tempo. They just kind of want to get you in the half court. They don't turn the ball over, and they bury you from long range. So they found their identity last year, and it really dominated in that Eastern Conference. And the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Young's got 7 points.
Oh, he's explosive, Kevin. I mean, a lot of time, all it takes is a basket or two to really get his motor running. And suddenly, he becomes almost impossible to handle.
And, you know, he is an extremely skilled player attacking off the dribble, too. I mean, he's got a great pull-up jumper as well, Steve.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Well, you look back at a season ago, this is a club that made 78% of its shots from the free throw line, so very comfortable with that strike.
For the last decade or so, Atlanta has been pretty consistent. Always seems to find a way to get to the playoffs, and part of that is they've been pretty good against the Eastern Conference.
Well, he defended the shot, got back into play, and grabbed the board. Nice play.
Here's Burks. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Burks has got his first bucket in this one.
Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
Pass to Bogdanovich. An absolute bomb from three-point range. We've got 13 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Burks' shot is good.
And that kind of power move has become a trademark for him.
Stolen away. Trish. No good. It's a tie game in New York. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
Well, the thing they tried to establish right away was the presence down low. You look at the points in the paint. I think that's been the difference.
Yeah, and I like the fact, Steve, that they're not settling for the outside shots. I mean, go in there and get what you want. Keep attacking the rim.
No good from Zhang. And now the Knicks on the break. And there's the rejection. Number 7, Burks covering. Burks with the steal. Number 5, and it's right, sending it back. And here's the fast break. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line.
Well, defensively, he's a ball hawk. I mean, that mixture of anticipation and quick, strong hands makes him a threat to pick off a basketball any time from a ball handler.
And it's his scrappiness, Steve, that also makes him a special player. I can't tell you how many times I've seen him dive into the second row going after a loose ball.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Kevin, Tony Allen has been a first-team all-defensive performer for 2 years running and one of the most intense players in the league. Teammate Mike Conley says, quote, he's like an Army general. He says crazy things, but goes out there and backs it up. He works as hard as he speaks. He gives 100% on every possession. Allen continues to try to make a name for himself, saying, quote, I want the whole league to know that I am a force. That's been my mentality since I came in. I'm grinding.
Well, they call it grit and grind. That's what he's brought. Thanks, Doris. Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, 5 times already the lead has changed.
Here's Grimes, and it's blocked. Here's Robinson. No good. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Back to right, and it's blocked by Sims. Here's Grimes. Fast break, the Hawks. And Wright kicks to Hunter. Nice D from Sims.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
Walker's shot is off. The Hawks leading. Here's Hubbard. Atlanta again missing. Walker goes in with a floater, and it's good on the layup.
The lead changes hands once again. There's been no separation between these two teams tonight.
What an intriguing basketball game, that's for sure.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. And the Hawks making a change here. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Shots good from Young. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
You know what? Can you believe there have been 7 lead changes already, guys?
Wow.
Yeah, we're still in the first half. I mean, the way this thing is going, this could turn into a wild one. An easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while.
For the 3. They grab their own miss. And the pass to Hubbard. Dishes it to Gallinari. Young passes to Gallinari. A three-pointer is right on target. Gallinari's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Walker. And a tight game here as we end the first half. Hawks lead by 4. Folks, stay tuned for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And it's a good one going out in New York. Glad to have you with us for our halftime show. For the Atlanta Hawks, they have the lead against New York. Tremendous defensive effort out there. They're challenging every shot and sending them into the third row. Danilo Gallinari playing impressively so far. You can't complain about the way he stepped up. On the Knicks side of things, they're managing to hang around. You look at the offensive rebounds, they're creating second opportunities, and that's a key to winning. There's been some great work by Alec Burks in this one.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And an aerial view of the Chrysler Building with all of Manhattan glittering under the night sky.
You know, the Knicks got off to a fast start, but when you employ as many old bodies as they did last year, it's hard to sustain the level of play you need over the course of a full season. It's one reason they started to falter a bit late in the year.
Young for three. From deep three-point range, Fournier pulls it down.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
And Clark, you said it, the Knicks did hit that low last season right after the All-Star break into early March. But Steve, when the vets saw the finish line in sight, they picked up their play and got back in it.
That's right. They won 13 games in a row late in the season, catapulting themselves back into the top tier of teams in the East, and let everyone know that they would not be exiting the playoffs early. That really was the start of that run.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Pass to Hunter. Cantonella. Hawks passing it around. There's the double team with Walker. Young, defended by Barrett. From the arc. Shots good from Young. Young's got 12.
That was an important bucket. They're only 1 of 5 now, so they really had to get their offense clicking.
And New York making a change here. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Number 5, defended by Young. Pass to Randall. Here's Barrett. Connects from three-point range. He has 5.
Nothing but money for him to start this half. They've made all 3 of their shots.
Hawks have gone 4 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Gallinari with the screen for Young. He passes to Hunter from downtown. Brooks pulls it in. Out to Gallinari. Pass to Young. They get a hand on it. And a fast break now for New York.
Good aggressive finish on the break.
That's as easy a 2 points as you could ask for.
The Hawks trailing. Cantonella defended by Tunche. Young dishes to Gallinari. Back to Young. Young off a pick from Gallinari. And Young kicks to Gallinari. No luck. Great D that time from Burks. The Knicks have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity they have.
Well, they need to be.
A nice shot by Gallinari. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Number 5, defended by Young. Kicks to Burks. A 3 ball. Atlanta with the rebound. Young outside. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. And it's a 3-point Hawks lead. Number 5, defended by Young. Number 5 uses the glass to finish the layup. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Young for 3. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Hawks on top, leading by just 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Atlanta.
Their defense has been outstanding, Kevin. Closing out on shots, blocking a lot of them as well.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds.
And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And that call gets an instant reaction from the fans.
Well, that's a whistle that did not go over very well.
And the Hawks making a Change here. Hunter's checked in. Here's Burks. Off target with his three.
Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
And Young, here we go. The feed to Gallinari. It's Young on the wing. 16 feet away. Nice D from Burks. Knicks trailed by 3. Number 5. 1:57 left to play in the final quarter. Shots good from Young.
Wow, fans just getting their money's worth tonight. Really entertaining ball game.
It has been. The margin separating these teams has been paper thin.
The finger roll finish at the bucket. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. From deep three-point range, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. And the Hawks making a change here. There's a minute 40 left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Walker. Here's the three. The shot is off. And Atlanta will come the other way.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
Gallinari inside the three-point line. And right on target. Good. Knicks trailed by 5. The pass to Randall. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. New York moving the ball around. Knocked away. Clock at 6. Walker's shot is off. For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And Young, here we go. Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
Hawks making a switch here. Here's Walker with the three. No good. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. And he commits the intentional foul. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. That's good.
Well, that just adds to what's probably an already insurmountable lead. I think they'll be walking out of here with a pretty easy victory.
Steve, I think that's a given.
Now, here is Young. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, exactly. They got to be happy with the outcome here.
Delayed, you're right. Pulls up on the wing. It's rebounded by Randall. And here's Walker outside. Big bounce.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
And so the Hawks take the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
Well, that'll do it for us. For Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, Indoors Burt, Kevin Harlan saying so long. And as we end the game, we bring you our Jordan Player of the Game.